Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So for those not familiar, Mr. Beast just hit 100 million subscribers on YouTube, and throughout his entire career, he's been known to give away a whole bunch of money, private islands, houses, cars, you name it, and for the first time ever, he's giving an inside look into his studio and exactly how he produces these videos, all thanks to Mr. Who's the Boss for filming this entire thing, and now we're gonna react to it. Right after, of course, is subscribe if you haven't done that already.
This is Mr. Beast, and he has just invited me to his top secret YouTube warehouse.
Well, actually, we're currently inside of it, and I want to show you guys around. In here is around 50,000 square feet. There's no poles or anything, so we can just build sets, we can do whatever we want.
Wow, now I'm curious how much all of this costs, because a lot of people are there to show the tours and to show exactly what's going on. I want to get into the finances behind Mr. Beast. That would be like my life achievement, is just like, how much does Mr. Beast spend? What's the business like in running all of this? How many people are involved? Just how big this operation really is. I have a feeling, I think he mentioned before, this is like $10 million that he spent building out these studios. But you know what? He can make that back in like, I don't know, a month? Probably less than that. It is absolutely impressive just to see the scale of what it takes to make these videos.
So we soundproof the ceiling. On top of that, you'll probably notice there's hundreds of sprinklers on the ceiling.
Do you have sprinklers because you keep blowing stuff up in here?
Yeah, exactly. No, you could blow up a car there and not have to worry about burning down the building.
That's a rare use case scenario.
Wow, yeah, here's the other thing too, is for these sets, if there is any fire, destroying what's in here would be devastating for not only financially, even though he has probably the best insurance imaginable, but also the downtime. That's probably the biggest deterrent for really ruining anything, is that if Mr. Beast is unable to film for a month, how much money is he missing out on? Probably $10–15 million of revenue.
In one of our coming up video, we need $1 million. These are empty, don't try to rob me right now. So we're putting $10,000 in 100 briefcases.
He's like the 2022 version of Howie Mandel with these briefcases.
Android or iPhone?
Obviously iPhone. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Name the person who created Android.
Andy Rubin.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. No clue.
Our old warehouse was basically the size of this room.
This room feels like there was some havoc.
Yeah, there's a lot of havoc.
It's just like random broken bits of tech and eggs.
Yeah, so you should remember that if you show anything bad.
Oh, I'm gonna get egged.
That was a threat.
Or you're gonna break tech in front of me.
Yeah, I will. This was our little hub over here that you would have thought was...
Wow, look at that. Absolutely incredible. He's got a whole command center. This looks like Star Trek to me.
They have 6 or 7 people here monitoring every angle, because if they just touch the red line, they're out.
What did you do today? I stared at girls for 100 hours. Like,
you might want to rephrase.
Yeah, okay.
I stared at a red line for 100 hours. Woo! Someone's getting a little edgy over here.
I like how he's wearing a Carl Jacobs sweater. That's nice that he's wearing his team's merch.
Wrapped around the studio is tons of office space, multiple floors.
I love the value counter. Look at that, $625,000 so far. But I think the structure is really where it's going to be the most money.
You'll just see, like, these are some people planning our next video.
Wow. Imagine just sitting around and just being like, what's the next Mr. Beast video? How do you one-up it? I would feel this pressure of like, okay, we did Squid Games. How do you one-up Squid Games? How do you do that? Please explain that to me. Once you hit 100 million subscribers, like, where do you find the motivation to be like 150 million subscribers? I would have a tough time at that point, I'll be honest.
this is Tariq, he's head of camera.
Hello.
He's gonna show us what's going on here. I've never seen so much camera gear in my entire life.
We have 26 FS5s. These are the time-lapse cameras that you guys see. So every time you see a time-lapse shot, this camera is usually hanging somewhere on set, capturing it.
Okay, what? Just to give you guys an idea, the FS5 was a $6,000 camera when it was launched in 2015. These guys have 26 of them.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. Most people have no idea. Just the scale that's behind one of his videos. I think what's really genius about Mr. Beast is that he films them in such a way where you think it could be like 3 guys just doing this for fun with setting up cameras and spending some time editing. You have no clue just how many hours it takes and how much money it takes to make one of his videos.
So the way it works is every single camera lens has a focal length, which basically just indicates how zoomed in it is. This is a 10mm lens, which is used to capture the entirety of a massive video set in one shot. And then when they want to get close-ups from further away, they have a lens here capable of not 50mm or 80mm, but 300mm. This is a telescope.
Wow. It goes to show you they don't want to interfere with some of these contestants, so it makes sense to be like 100 feet away, but be able to get such a close-up shot.
But there's 3 more key cameras that the MrBeast team uses. The first being the Sony 4K camcorder.
So we usually use these for run and gun videos / when we have a lot of nighttime shots.
And that's because it has not just actual night vision, but also just insane optical image stabilization.
Look how much the lens moves on the inside.
Yeah, that's a great camera. I've actually used that one before, and it's phenomenal. I think it's very underrated.
You guess the total value of tech in this room.
I'm about to be so wrong. 1.3 million.
Tariq, it's been great.
Thank you so much, man. Oh, and
Thank God I'm back. Tariq sucks. I won't leave again.
I kind of missed you, Jimmy. Oh my gosh.
We're missing a lot of our play buttons. We do our videos in tons of languages. This is just our English channels.
Oh my God, look at that. That is goals. Look at all the awards. I mean, come on. How do you not just stare at that every day? I would love to see a YouTube Hall of Fame at some point. I would go to that and just have a lot of these things donated or like be a part of it. I think that would be so cool.
It's 2022, and if you're still buying whiteboards, you are an idiot. There's a thing called whiteboard paint. You can just draw wherever. It doesn't matter. It comes off.
Oh my gosh. That is really whiteboard paint? How have I not? I've seen chalkboard paint, never whiteboard paint. That is so cool.
So yeah, this is my little apartment. This is where I live for the most part.
So you actually sleep in your office?
Of course. This is my bed.
I love this. Oh man, Mr. Beast has it all figured out. I mean, you know, I'm gonna lie, I always thought like, how cool it would be to live in your office. You know, technically I guess my office is in my house, so I could sleep where my office is, but when I was working as a real estate agent, I would have loved just to have set up like a bed somewhere and just sleep there and then wake up and I'm there. I'm weird, I love that, but this takes it to a whole new level. It's cool.
These are all my clothes over here.
Bathroom tour?
Oh really? Even my bathroom's not off limits? Bro, really, we're about to just film in the bathroom together? So this is a heated toilet seat. I'm telling you, it will change your life. Get a heated toilet seat. It will make your butt feel great.
Josh?
He's getting B-roll of my toilet. This is kind of my morning routine. I get out of bed, I walk over here, work out, and then I walk over here, I shower, and I walk over here, I change, and then I walk over here and I eat. It's like a little morning circuit, and then I walk out there and I work.
Wow, I actually really like this a lot. I love that he's not extravagant in terms of what he does. I mean, on YouTube, yes, but in his personal life, he doesn't need much. And that leaves more creativity, I think, to put back into his videos.
You don't probably get much experience with Android phones.
Never.
This is the Xiaomi 12S Ultra. One of its big selling points is the fact that it has the biggest camera sensor in a phone.
Wow, this is cool. Yeah, this is crazy. Love it. Yeah, the coloring's good. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look like a wallpaper. I can't say it's better, but I can tell you it's not worse.
By the way, quick side tangent. This is a fantastic video because it's kept my attention this entire time, hasn't lost me one moment, and so far we're 10 minutes in, and I'm just as captivated now as I was the first minute.
All the projects that they're ever working on are stored right here on site in this server, which means that every single computer in this entire complex is accessing the same set of files at the same time. But the cherry on top is that it's configured so that even if you're sitting on the other side of the world, you can actually remotely log in and access the editing machines here to use them to edit footage that's stored right here in this server.
So how much storage would you say you have in this room?
Infinite.
Imagine he's like, yeah, we can only store 3 videos on here. No, for Mr. Beast, if he wants storage, he's getting storage.
All right, so this is the editing room.
And I had 2 things that I wanted to find out here. One, how fast is Mr. Beast internet?
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Whoa, look at that speed. How on earth?
You've got the most ridiculous camera gear available to you. You've got 300 cameras in some videos. You just upgraded your cameras actually to new ones that can shoot 8K resolution.
Which I never will because I think it looks too professional.
Yeah, so this is the question. Why is it that after all that, you still export in 1080p?
I don't like the way high quality footage looks. You know, at the end of the day, it's just me and the boys messing around. You know, we still come up with the videos. It's still things that I find fun and I enjoy, and I don't ever want things to feel too produced.
Yeah, you know what, that's a great point. I don't really notice the difference very much between 1080p and like, you know, 4K. I'll be honest, I watch most of it on my iPhone, so I have no idea. But, you know, a lot of people have asked me for 4K. It's just like, you know, I tend to agree with Mr. Beast. I think just the simple set works really well. Like, people still ask me why I still use the same $700 camera that I bought used on eBay 5 years ago with, you know, 2 lights with towels on them. You know why? Because it works. And it's like, sometimes I just looked at Mr. Beast. I'm like, what would Mr. Beast do? Would he keep it the same? And if the answer is yes, then yeah. I actually met with Mr. Beast and a whole bunch of other people, and we did YouTube reviews. It was the most fun I've ever had on like a Friday night, where we sat there and watched YouTube videos, and then Mr. Beast would chime in and say, well, here's what I would do to increase retention and do this and cut this out and then add an animation there and put B-roll here, this part lost. Like, it's incredible how his mind works with this. But one of the questions was, should I be improving my set? And his answer was no, because it works. So, keeping the set.
Now, because Studio C is becoming the main office that everyone works out of, Studio A is the one where you find the most exotic items. I'm talking like a mini drivable Lamborghini, giant fake marshmallows from when they tried to recreate Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and then tubs upon tubs of costumes that they used in their recreation of the Squid Game.
That is so good. Some of this stuff I feel like has to be a collectible at some point. Like, imagine having a Squid Game's uniform is used in the video. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, so as you can tell, I'm very heavily onto Team iPhone.
So this giant iPhone, it's essentially a real iPhone 6s that's casting its screen to an Apple TV box screwed into the back that's hooked up to a large TV screen.
Just imagine being able to have that up on the wall.
Okay, so we've seen Studio C, we've seen Studio A, we've seen whatever this is. We've got the full price of all the tech inside, but what is the actual cost of the buildings themselves?
Oh boy. The big studio over there was a little over $10 million.
Oh, what did I say? I said 10 million bucks. I think he mentioned that in Colin and Samir's video.
The old one actually was a church that we renovated. That was like probably 1.3 million.
So, okay, $11.3 million in buildings.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Plus
even-
everything else. I don't even want to know the total. You know what? I just make the best videos possible, and sometimes I have to spend money.
Oh man, I want to know Mr. Beast's net worth. My guess, man, I'm gonna guess if you added everything up, it's got to be probably 1 to 200 million bucks. That's probably my guess. If you counted the value of his business, like if Disney were to come in and be like, hey, Mr. Beast, we want to make an offer to buy everything from you. And, you know, you're going to stay the face, but we just want to own everything. I don't know, $300-400 million for that? Mr. Beast has a very solid chance of becoming a billionaire. I wish him all the best. I love his videos. And if you love his videos too, it would mean a lot to me if you like the video, you subscribe. Thank you so much. And until next time.